Okay, this is Eurocode 1 and we're going to go through question 1A-4. So it's saying for the beam shown, we've got to look at the unfavourable design action acting on AB and BC. We've got to look at the favourable design action on spans AB and BC. And then we've got to look at the loading pattern to determine the maximum design moment at 1 central support B, span AB, and span BC. And we're given what the characteristic permanent action and the variable action are. So if I get myself a calculation sheet. So sheet number 1, produced by D. Scott. What we're going to look at is the unfavourable actions for this scenario. All we have to do is look at our Eurocode note. That gives us the equation for finding our unfavourable or favourable factors, so we can find our design actions. So it's table A1.2b. My worst case is equation 6.10. From that table we've got gamma G times by whatever my dead load is, permanent load, plus gamma Q times by my characteristic variable. So we have from this table 1.35 multiplied by 40 plus 1.5 times by 24. That is my design value of unfavourable actions. Now for looking at part B, so again this is just showing the different combinations of actions that you would have to consider when designing this continuous beam. So B, we have favourable actions. So note 1, you can use one of those three. Note 2, the characteristic of all permanent actions from one source are multiplied by gamma G. Okay, so that doesn't apply. Note 3, for particular verification the values of gamma G and gamma Q may be subdivided. Okay, that doesn't apply. When variable actions are favourable, QK should be taken as 0. We have gamma G again times by GK plus gamma Q times by. Now from that note it says that for a favourable condition that should be taken as 0, so that leaves us in the end with just the permanent action. So that was, instead of 1.35 we have 1 times by the 40, and that gives us 40 kilonewton per metre. Now that we've got our unfavourable and favourable actions, we can then look at the next part, where let's look at the loading pattern to determine the maximum design moment at these three different locations. So what it's saying is what is the worst case if we were to design the central support at B. So if I draw this out, so part C, if I was trying to find out the worst case for B, like the maximum, what would I have to have? You would have to design this at B, where you've got a maximum of 90 coming down there and 90 there. Now you can put on values of 40 and 90 here and 40 there and try and work out what the the maximum reaction is, but you'll find that with the maximum load on either side will give the maximum amount of load coming down on that column. So that's the worst case scenario. So you would work out the reaction there for 1. Let's have a look at the second one. So what's the worst case for span A, B? So what loading condition would be the worst case to create the worst amount of deflection, the worst amount of moment there? What you'll find is that with the maximum of 90 here, and then having a favourable 40 kilonewtons per metre in between B, C, that will give the worst case scenario for a maximum bending moment and maximum deflection at this point. And then part C, where it's in, what loading condition do you need to consider for span BC. And you can see that you'll end up with different values for the bending moment for this span, because it's only spanning 4 meters and that's spanning 6.4 meters. So if we're trying to have the worst case in between B and C, we would have our 90 kilonewtons per meter there and only have 40 kilonewtons per meter there. Now that would give us the maximum bending moment and deflection at this point.
So that's how you use unfavourable and favourable loads for 3 different loading conditions to work out the worst case scenario for the beams A, B, B, C, and for the columns.